My dear, let me start with something that many men over 50 never hear, even though they live it every day. You've always heard that drinking plenty of water is good for you? 8 glasses a day, keeping the body hydrated. And yes, that's still true. But what almost no one tells you is that after a certain age, just drinking water isn't enough to restore the energy, vitality, and that spark you once had. I see men every day who do everything right. They drink water all day, eat well, walk, but still feel their body heavier, their breath shorter, their mind slower, and deep down, they notice that their performance and confidence aren't what they used to be. This creates frustration, insecurity, and many believe it's simply age catching up. But it's not that simple. And you deserve to understand what's really happening. After 50, the male body undergoes a silent change. An essential molecule called nitric oxide starts to drop dramatically. Nitric oxide is like the key that opens the blood vessels. It allows circulation to flow freely, lets the heart work with less effort, ensures the brain gets enough oxygen, and makes intimate performance happen naturally. It's what made you wake up full of energy when you were younger. When levels of this molecule decrease, everything changes. Climb a flight of stairs and feel short of breath. Walk a little and already feel tired. That morning vigor that used to be automatic starts to fade. You're not weaker. You haven't lost your essence. What's missing is the spark that made your body function with ease. And here's the detail no one talks about. Water alone can't rebuild nitric oxide. It hydrates, of course, keeps the body running, but it doesn't deliver the ingredients your blood vessels need to produce this crucial molecule. It's like a factory with the lights on, but no raw materials. That's why so many men tell me, "Doctor, I drink water all day and I'm still tired." It's not your fault. It's just your body asking for something pure water can no longer provide. The good news is that this can be reversed when you understand the root of the problem, regain control of your body and vitality. And it all starts with a simple change in how you hydrate your day. Why pure water isn't enough anymore. Now that you understand the importance of nitric oxide, we need to talk clearly about something many men never realize. Pure water, as good as it is, can't give your body what it really needs to produce this vital molecule. Imagine your body as a large factory. Water keeps the lights on, cleans the gears, helps everything function. But it doesn't supply the basic materials that allow the factory to produce for real. And without those materials, the production line simply slows down. After 50, this factory that produces nitric oxide starts to decelerate. The cells that once worked easily become slower, less responsive. Blood vessels lose elasticity, like a tube that stiffens over time. In this scenario, drinking only water is like trying to start an engine without fuel. It turns over but doesn't catch. That's why so many men say they drink water all day and still feel tired, heavy, or lacking the energy they once had. Water does hydrate, but it doesn't bring nitrates, amino acids, and antioxidants, the true ingredients your body needs to produce nitric oxide like it used to. The result is a silent cycle. You take care of yourself, but see no improvement, lose drive, lose strength, even lose the desire to do things you enjoyed, and believe it's just the fate of age. But it's not. The problem isn't the water, it's what's missing in it. When you start enriching your hydration with nutrients that activate circulation, everything changes. The engine starts, energy returns naturally, the body responds. And that's exactly what we'll build together from now on. Beetroot, the first circulation booster. Beetroot is the first ingredient to awaken circulation. I want to introduce you now to the first ingredient I recommend to almost all my male patients over 50. Something simple, natural, and perhaps already in your kitchen: beetroot. This deep red root that many associate only with salads is actually one of the most powerful foods for restoring blood flow. The reason is clear. Beetroot is rich in natural nitrates. When these nitrates enter your body, they go through a very smart process. They first transform into nitrites and then into nitric oxide, that essential molecule that makes blood vessels open, relax, and let blood circulate freely. The most amazing part is how quickly it happens. Within a few hours of drinking water with beetroot powder, circulation begins to improve. Many men describe a feeling of lightness, clearer thinking, and even more stable energy throughout the day. Some notice a slight reduction in blood pressure because the vessels can finally relax as they should. I remember a patient, Mr. Alberto, 67 years old, who came to me feeling always tired. Walking 2 blocks would leave him breathless. We started with something simple, a glass of water with a small teaspoon of beetroot powder every morning. In a week, he returned saying, "Doctor, I don't know what happened, but my legs feel lighter. It seems like the energy woke up again." That's no coincidence. It's circulation. Another important detail: beetroot works especially well in older men because it bypasses the natural slowdown of endothelial cells, which are responsible for producing nitric oxide. Instead of relying on them, the body uses a more direct and efficient pathway. It's like giving the factory a shortcut to produce the molecule, even when the old parts don't work as well anymore. And the best part is, you don't need to cook beetroot every day. Beetroot powder is the most practical form. It mixes easily into water, has a mild flavor, and delivers exactly the nutrients your body needs to get back in rhythm. Beetroot opens the door. It's the first step to awakening circulation. But when you combine this food with the right other ingredients, the effect multiplies surprisingly. Pomegranate, the silent guardian of nitric oxide. Now that beetroot has paved the way for your body to produce nitric oxide again, we need to talk about an ingredient that protects this important molecule. Think of pomegranate as a natural bodyguard for nitric oxide. While beetroot helps create it, pomegranate prevents it from being destroyed too soon. Pomegranate is rich in extremely potent polyphenol antioxidants, like punicalagins and ellagic acid. These compounds act right where men need them most, in the blood vessels. They reduce oxidative stress, decrease silent inflammation, and keep artery walls more flexible. When flexibility returns, blood flows much more freely. And here's the key point: nitric oxide is a fragile molecule. It forms in your body, starts working, and without protection, it breaks down very quickly. That's why men try to stimulate circulation, but the effect fades fast. Pomegranate prevents that. It extends the lifespan of nitric oxide, ensuring it stays active long enough to improve blood flow throughout the body, including where it matters most for your masculinity. I remember a patient, Mr. Renato, 72 years old, who suffered from poor circulation and always had cold feet. He also said things didn't respond like they used to. We introduced pomegranate powder along with beetroot every morning. In a few weeks, he came back smiling. "Doctor, I feel like my body woke up. Even my hands and feet feel more alive." That's restored circulation, working in harmony. Another powerful benefit is that pomegranate also indirectly supports male hormone production. When circulation improves in specific body regions, endocrine glands function better, contributing to more vitality and drive. The most practical way to use pomegranate is in powder or pure extract, without sugar. Just a small teaspoon mixed into your morning glass of water with the beetroot creates a strong, flavorful, and deeply beneficial combination. Pomegranate keeps what matters working. It protects, preserves, and gives your body time to make the most of every drop of nitric oxide it produces. Citrulline, direct fuel for nitric oxide. Now that you have 2 key pillars, beetroot to create nitric oxide and pomegranate to protect it, let's talk about an ingredient that acts as direct fuel for this essential molecule, L-citrulline. Citrulline is an amino acid found mainly in watermelon, and your body uses it in a very smart way. When you consume citrulline, it transforms into arginine, which in turn is converted into nitric oxide. It's like citrulline is the truck delivering new raw materials to the factory, ensuring production doesn't stop. The most interesting part is that citrulline works even better than taking arginine directly. In older men, Arginine is often broken down too quickly in the digestive system before it even reaches the blood. Citrulline, however, is easily absorbed, travels through the body, and only then becomes arginine, right in the right place, at the right time. This makes nitric oxide production much more efficient. The results are felt in daily life. Men who start using citrulline notice their body responds better to movement. Walks stop being an effort. The heavy feeling in the legs decreases. Exercise feels less exhausting. And intimately, many report that circulation becomes more active, bringing firmness and confidence. I remember Mr. Marcello, 64 years old. He always felt weak, even drinking lots of water. When we added citrulline to his morning glass with beetroot and pomegranate, results appeared in less than 2 weeks. "I feel my body lighter, like there's more air inside," he told me. That's nitric oxide doing its job. Citrulline also aids muscle recovery, which is essential in later years when fibers regenerate more slowly. With better blood flow, your muscles get more oxygen and recover faster. The most practical form is powder. Half a teaspoon mixed into your morning glass is enough to fuel your internal factory. With citrulline, you don't just create and protect nitric oxide, you ensure it never runs out. Pine bark extract, the silent repairer of blood vessels. Now that we have 3 ingredients working to create, protect, and fuel nitric oxide, I want to introduce an ally that works differently, almost like a specialized mechanic tending to your arteries from the inside. Pine bark extract, also known as pycnogenol. As years pass, blood vessels lose flexibility. The cells lining these walls, called endothelial cells, become more fragile, slower, and less able to produce nitric oxide. It's like the body's internal pipes stiffening over time, hindering the blood flow that once ran easily. Pine bark extract acts right there. It helps repair and strengthen these endothelial cells, reduces the inflammation that builds up over years, protects vessels from oxidative stress, and restores an elasticity many men think is impossible to recover. When blood vessels become flexible again, they open and close naturally. And that changes everything in the body: energy, cognition, drive, and performance. There's something even more interesting. When combined with citrulline, that watermelon-derived ingredient we discussed, the effect multiplies. Studies show this duo improves circulation, lowers blood pressure, and even enhances firmness and intimate performance within weeks. It's not magic, it's the body's natural function when given the right nutrients. I remember Mr. Henrique, 70 years old. He felt his legs heavy and lifeless. We introduced a small daily dose of pine bark extract. In about 20 days, he commented, "Doctor, my legs feel like they're breathing again." That's the power of restored circulation. The best part is, you only need a small amount, about a 1/4 teaspoon per day. It mixes into water with the other ingredients without changing the flavor. This extract not only improves what's already working, but also amplifies everything that came before. It prepares the ground for nitric oxide to be produced more efficiently and circulate freely throughout the body. Green powders, essential nutrients and nitrates for vitality. After boosting nitric oxide production and repairing blood vessels, we reach a very important point: nourishing the body completely. And that's where so-called green powders come in, made from spinach, kale, or concentrated vegetable blends. The truth is that most men over 50 don't consume enough greens. Not for lack of will, but because appetite changes, digestion becomes more sensitive, and preparing large portions of veggies every day gets tiring. The problem is that these greens are rich in natural nitrates, vitamins, and essential minerals for keeping blood vessels healthy. Green powders solve this simply. 1 small spoonful can equal several servings of vegetables. That means more nitrates to help create nitric oxide and more nutrients to strengthen the whole body. These powders also contain vitamin K, folate, magnesium, and antioxidants that work directly on heart health, hormone regulation, and energy production in cells. It's like fueling the body with clean energy every day, helping every system run more smoothly. And you know what many patients tell me? After a few days of adding green powder to their morning water, they start feeling lighter, more alert mentally, and even more stable in mood. That happens because when circulation improves and cells get the right nutrients, the body responds as it should. Adding this powder to your water doesn't alter the flavor much, and pairs well with beetroot and pomegranate. The result is a drink that not only activates circulation, but nourishes every part of your body deeply. Green powders are like a daily boost, a gentle push that keeps your body strong, fueled, and ready to reclaim vitality. Ginger and hibiscus, the duo that awakens circulation. Now that your body is producing nitric oxide more easily and receiving important nutrients, I want to introduce a combination many men underestimate, but that makes a huge difference in daily life. Ginger and hibiscus. Together, they work like a gentle wake-up call for your circulation. Let's start with ginger. This common kitchen root has a profound power in the body. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols that help reduce the silent inflammation that builds up in blood vessels over the years. Inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of circulation because it makes arteries rigid, hard to open, and less able to let blood flow. When ginger enters the routine, it acts like an internal cleanse. It calms inflammation, warms the body from within, and improves the vessel's response. Many men say they feel a different energy, not agitation, but a calm vitality, like the body gains movement again. Now add hibiscus. This red flower, used for centuries in traditional teas, is rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that help relax blood vessels, lower blood pressure, and improve blood fluidity. It's like hibiscus brings freshness to the system, balancing ginger's gentle warmth. And when the two work together, the effect is special. Ginger warms, hibiscus cools. The result is perfect balance that awakens circulation naturally, without overloading the heart or causing artificial energy spikes. It's exactly the support a male body needs after 50. I remember Mr. Louise, 68 years old, who always complained of cold hands and a stiff body in the morning. We added ginger and hibiscus to his morning water. 2 weeks later, he said, "It feels like my blood is running again, and it really is." To use, just add a quarter teaspoon of ginger powder and half a teaspoon of hibiscus. The flavor is mildly spicy yet refreshing, making your drink more enjoyable. Ginger and hibiscus bring blood to life, a simple but powerful support to keep the body awake and active. Cocoa and tart cherry, daily circulation support and nighttime recovery. After activating circulation with ginger and hibiscus, I want to show you a combination many men find a true surprise. I'm talking about something that tastes like indulgence but acts as a powerful natural treatment for your vascular system. Pure cocoa and tart cherry. Let's start with cocoa. I'm not talking about sugary chocolate, but pure, dark cocoa rich in flavonoids. These compounds help blood vessels become more flexible and responsive. Over the years, arteries harden, less able to open when the body needs more blood, whether during physical effort or intimate moments. Cocoa trains the vessels to respond better, teaching them to expand more easily and let blood flow without resistance. Many patients report that after a few days of using cocoa in their warm morning or afternoon water, they feel greater mental clarity, less fatigue, and a lightness they haven't had in a long time. That's because the brain relies deeply on good circulation. Now, tart cherry. This red fruit, often unknown to older men, is rich in anthocyanins, the same antioxidants in hibiscus. But tart cherry has something special. It helps the body reduce oxidative stress and recover at night. Plus, it improves sleep quality, which is essential for the cardiovascular system, because it's during sleep that blood vessels repair themselves. When we combine cocoa and tart cherry, we create continuous support. Cocoa opens the path for blood flow during the day. Tart cherry helps restore what's spent at night. It's like giving the body a full cycle of care, 24 hours a day. I remember Mr. Duarte, 66 years old. He slept poorly and woke up tired. We introduced pure cocoa in the morning and tart cherry in the late afternoon. In 3 weeks, he said, "Doctor, I wake up with real energy. It feels like my body truly rested." That's the combination at work. To use: just 1 teaspoon of pure cocoa and half a teaspoon of tart cherry. You can even mix into warm water for a smooth, comforting drink. Cocoa and tart cherry bring daytime vitality and deep nighttime recovery. Now that you know all the ingredients, it's time for the most practical part: how to prepare your reinforced water to get the best from each nutrient. It's not complicated. In fact, it's much simpler than it seems. And once it becomes routine, it's as natural as brushing your teeth in the morning. How to prepare your reinforced water. The first thing I always tell my patients is, timing matters. The body responds best to nitric oxide in the morning and early afternoon. So I recommend splitting your drink into 2 doses, one upon waking and another a few hours later, before that typical mid-afternoon energy dip. In the morning, your body is more receptive. It's like a cold engine needing a gentle first push. Mix the main ingredients, beetroot, pomegranate, and citrulline, into a large glass of water. This combination activates circulation, hydrates cells, and gets the system moving. For the second dose in the early afternoon, add maintenance ingredients like pine bark extract, green powders, and hibiscus. It's a boost that keeps nitric oxide levels stable for the rest of the day. If you want, prepare everything at once and store in a dry jar. Then just use 2 to 3 spoonfuls of the mix per day, dissolved in water. This makes it easier, especially for those who value convenience. And don't worry about the flavor. If it feels too earthy, squeeze in a few drops of lemon or add a bit of natural stevia. Lemon even provides vitamin C, which protects nitric oxide and makes the drink lighter and more refreshing. The secret is consistency. When reinforced water becomes part of your routine, the body starts responding day by day, more stably and naturally. Quality, consistency, and rules for real results. Now that you know how to prepare your reinforced water, we need to talk about what makes all the difference: the quality of the ingredients and the consistency of using this routine. Because no matter how good the formula is, nothing works if the products are low quality or used only sporadically. Start with quality. When choosing powders for beetroot, pomegranate, cocoa, hibiscus, or even green powders, look for pure versions without sugar, dyes, or fillers. Many market products seem natural, but contain substances that cancel benefits or irritate the body. Always prefer organic products from good sources, and if possible, third-party tested. Your body feels the difference. Now, consistency. The nitric oxide system isn't a switch you flip once and it stays on forever. It needs daily feeding. Men who use reinforced water once a week see no results. Not because the formula doesn't work, but because the body needs repetition, rhythm, a daily nudge. It's like tending a garden. Water one day and forget the next 5, and the plants won't grow. But with gentle, silent, daily consistency, transformation happens almost effortlessly. And the male body, especially after 50, responds beautifully to kind discipline. It doesn't have to be perfect. No rigid routine needed. Just be consistent. 2 glasses a day, every day. When you commit to this simplicity, results appear and don't vanish the next day. They build, strengthen, and return to your body a vitality you might have thought was lost forever. What to expect in 7, 14, and 30 days. When I start guiding my patients on reinforced water, many ask, "Doctor, how soon will I feel a difference?" The truth is, each body responds at its own pace. But over the years, I've noticed clear patterns, and I want to share them so you know exactly what to expect. In the first 7 days, the change is usually subtle but real. Most men report more stable energy, especially in the afternoon when they used to crash. The body starts waking up, circulation gives early signs of improvement, and the mind feels a bit clearer. After 14 days, the difference becomes more evident. Many describe breathing easier on stairs, less leg heaviness, and waking with more drive. Sleep tends to improve too, thanks to tart cherry and overall balance. Waking tired becomes less frequent. At 30 days, the transformation deepens. Blood vessels start regaining flexibility. Blood flow improves consistently, reflecting in everything. More strength, lightness, better mood, and of course, firmer, more natural, intimate performance. Many men regain the confidence they thought age had stolen. And the most beautiful part? When the body works fluidly again, it's not just circulation that improves, it's daily life. Simple tasks feel less tiring, the mind gains focus, and well-being returns step by step, without forced effort. Reinforced water isn't a miracle, it's a process. Each day accumulates benefits for the next, like a silent chain returning your body to what it always knew, flowing with ease, clarity, and vigor. How to start today simply. After hearing all this, you might be thinking, sounds great, but where do I begin? The answer is simpler than you imagine. You don't need to buy all the ingredients at once or overhaul your routine. What matters is starting, even with small steps. The easiest way is to begin with two foundational ingredients, beetroot and pomegranate. They form the base of your reinforced water, activating and protecting nitric oxide from day one. A small teaspoon of each, mixed into a large glass of morning water, already sets your body on the right path. After a week, when you feel the body responding, and it will, you can add citrulline for even more circulation fuel. This small addition often makes a big difference, especially in energy and firmness. Over time, as you get comfortable, add the others: pine bark extract, green powders, ginger, hibiscus, cocoa, and tart cherry. No rush. Each element enters as a gentle boost, and your body thanks you for every step. Remember, lasting changes don't start with excess. They start with simple decisions, repeated daily. And each glass of your reinforced water is a gift of vitality you give yourself. The most important thing is to take the first step and let it lead naturally to the next. Your circulation, energy, and confidence will follow that momentum. Closing. Now that we've reached the end of this journey, I want you to carry one simple but powerful truth. Age doesn't steal your vitality. It just demands you care for your body more intelligently. Pure water keeps you alive, but reinforced water can help you bloom again with more energy, circulation, and confidence. Nitric oxide is the key that reignites what time tried to dim. And all the ingredients we've explored together, from beetroot to cocoa, pomegranate to tart cherry, work as a silent team awakening your strength from the inside out. Don't wait for a big moment to start. The best day is today. One glass in the morning, another in the afternoon, and your body will begin remembering what it always knew, functioning with lightness, clarity, and vigor. Care for your circulation, and it will care for you in every step, in your heart, mind, and intimate life. Thank you for joining me. If this message brought you clarity, share in the comments which ingredient you'll try first. It might inspire another man to transform his health.